Hello everyone, how's it going? Today we're going to talk a little bit about, I did a little vidlog and I asked everyone to tell me what they think about, questions, what you want to know, what do you want me to talk about. So the first person, Mr. Bread Chicken, asked next gen consoles, gaming, you're looking forward to, arrives on a topic, what are you planning to do on YouTube, what it like having a kid, etc., things like that. So there's all kind of topics mixed into one. So, and this may last the whole video. If not, then we'll continue on another day. So first off, let's talk about next gen consoles. I kind of did a couple videos about next gen consoles, but I am buying a PlayStation 4, and we can go on and on about Xbox One versus PlayStation 4, but my overall reasoning is I'm just going to stick with that. I know my closest of friends is going to buy one, so that's what I'm going with. And I kind of just want to stick with that. I know it's not Microsoft, American made, blah, 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 but I just think that that's going to be better for me. Now, games that I'm looking forward to be perfectly honest, some of the games I can get and some of the games I can't get. For example, Titanfall is a game I'm really looking forward to. So I'm kind of glad that there's YouTube to be able to see some of these next gen consoles without even touching them. I think that's really cool. But games that I want to get on the top of my list is The District, Tom Clancy's The District. That game just looks amazing. Really, really amazing. So then probably my number one, other than Ghost, Call of Duty Ghost, Destiny. I don't know why, but that game that's number one on my list of games for 2014 for sure. There's a couple, there's like The Order, there's Halo 4, of course, but that's another game I can't get. So two games that I can't get. I guess I could get Titanfall on PC, but I just don't think, it's just not going to happen. So those are my top of my list. There's all kind of awesome games coming out. Mad Max. What else is there? The Thief is coming out. There's all types of games that are coming out for the new generation consoles. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to just seeing 2014 and maybe how YouTube is going to change, because Call of Duty will be out, but there's going to be tons of new games, new console, new things like that to put on YouTube. So I don't really know. It's going to be interesting to kind of see what's going to happen here. It's going to be interesting. And then he asked, what is my plans here on YouTube? Well, to be perfectly honest, I just love doing it. I don't really have a plan. I've learned that if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And they actually have a gentleman that asked about doing commentaries, help, tips on them, but we'll come to that, and that's the fourth question. But the thing about YouTube, and this is kind of goes along with doing commentaries, but it doesn't, because it's not actually doing the commentary, it's just YouTube in general. You just do what you love to do, and if it happens, it happens, and if it don't, it don't. By the way, I couldn't put BillKeyz here. I was kind of upset about that. Like, damn it, no Bill. See me backing out. It gives you a time limit and everything. I was pretty pissed off about it. But so getting back, that's my thing, is that I just want the beautiful word of the BillKeyz awesomeness to be spread around as much as possible. It's kind of crazy to never ever think that the world is listening to your voice, regardless if it's only, don't matter how many people it is, it's still the world. YouTube is global, and to be able to have a voice within a gaming community when back in the day you did not, is awesome. It's really, really awesome. And when I say that, I said gaming community, not the Call of Duty community, not the. I play all games, and I think our community needs to come together as a whole. That's a whole separate topic and a whole separate video. But I think our video game community needs to come together as a whole, and I really hate all the bashing and the negativity. And just because I post mostly Call of Duty doesn't mean I can't talk about Battlefield. Well, to be honest, I've been playing video games for a long time. I can talk about any video game I want. And then he asked, what is it like having a kid? Well, I can tell you this. It is interesting. I do know of YouTubers who have kids, but it is awesome. It's been a fun, great ride. He impresses me every day. He amazes me every day. It's interesting. It's speaking of video games and my kid, is just I put Call of Duty and I put 2 LMGs and I just let him shoot. He only knows that the controller vibrates, so he'll press the buttons. He's only like 2.5, so, but he'll press the buttons. I'm thinking about putting one of his gameplays up. It's really bad because he doesn't get any kills, but it is hilarious just to watch him play. So thank you, Mr. Birdie Chicken, for that topic, them questions. I really appreciate it. Now, Mr. JC Slick asked anything to do with video games. We'll come to that on another topic, but thank you, Mr. Slick, for giving me that wonderful topic. Mr. The Googleizer, I should talk about people that I met on YouTube. Well, Breaded Chicken, Mr. Googleizer, and JC Slick is people that I met on YouTube. Now, I've been knowing Breaded Chicken and Googleizer for a long time. I believe I knew Googleizer, then Breaded Chicken. JC Slick is someone new. We didn't get to play. We were supposed to play this weekend. Probably could get on and play right now. Our times vary. He gets on pretty late. I don't. I go to bed. I'm an old man. I get on late, you know. So one day we'll get to play. But the cool thing about that, and I'm going to use him as an example, is that we can still talk. You know, we go back and forth on Twitter. We talk on YouTube. It's like we can still get things done. We can still talk about video games. We can still go back and forth on each other's, you know, on each other's videos and things like that. And I appreciate what he does, and hopefully he appreciates what I do. But I'm happy to have him as a loyal subscriber, a viewer, whatever you want to call it. But definitely he's the one that if he ever came down to where I live, we would hang out, you know, grab some Chili's. I love Chili's, by the way, as you can tell from my beautiful body. But the Chili's, so those are just guys. And I met the Googleizer, just to let everyone know. We went to PAX East, and that was by far one of the greatest times ever. We met. We had a good time. We did video games, but we didn't, you know. It was just, we had a great time. PAX East was one of those awesome scenarios of the time. So, all right. Now we're going to move on to a different video that I had. I got to highlight those things. I'm going to give the tips on commentating in a video by itself. I just think right now it's a little too, the video is going to last a little too long. So I just don't want to start blabbering, and I can't do it. So I asked a question about Battlefield, my thoughts on the Battlefield game, things like that. And Mr. Shogun talked about he didn't like the beta, but he's definitely going to get the game. So my question to him is, the beta was glitchy, I understand, but the question is, did you play? Did they have enough in the beta to get you to buy the game, or was the, and this goes for everybody, I really want to ask this question for people who play Battlefield 4 beta, or are you going to buy the game regardless if they had a beta or not? That was my question. That's a kind of a question towards the end of this. So there wasn't a question in this whole thing. So because for me, it was good enough to, I knew I wasn't going to buy it because I was disappointed last year when Battlefield 3 came out. And this is kind of what I go back to the beginning of the commentary with, if I mentioned that Battlefield 3 was bad. It wasn't for me. I'm paying the money for it. It was a waste of my money. So it has nothing to do with me playing Call of Duty. I'd rather play this Dungeons & Dragons game, to be perfectly honest. But the point is that it wasn't enough. The beta drew me in, and I bought the game, and it's not my style of game. I'd much rather play Halo. I'm going to be honest. I would rather play Halo than Battlefield. It's just my thing. I don't know why, but so I knew going into the beta it was not going to be my thing regardless. But I got to play for free, and that's what I really, really like about anything and everything. And I don't know. I don't really know. That's just one of my things that. So that was my question to you, Mr. Shogun. Did you like the beta? You didn't like the beta, I understand, but I'm flipping through my notes here. I apologize. Did you like the? You know, you didn't like the beta, but were you still going to buy the game, or does it take the beta for you to buy it? That was the question. That's the question for everyone. Answer that in the comments. And last but not least, someone asked about the BillKeyz challenge. Now, I'm pretty sure I will have time when Ghost arrives. I'll probably give it a week after the PlayStation 4 comes out, and then the BillKeyz challenge will come back. So be prepared, and I will do it each week. Basically, what I'm going to do is each week, the weekend of the BillKeyz challenge, I'll put it up on Friday. The weekend of the BillKeyz challenge, next Friday, I'll have the one ready to rock and roll. I'm going to do it as soon as possible. Things like that. I don't want, no one waiting on it, all that stuff. So it is coming back. It's just going to come out with Ghost, and I will be doing it. I felt I didn't have the time, but I did have the time. So hopefully you guys like this video. And like I always say, enjoy the Dungeons & Dragons, by the way. Super beast, huh? Have a great, wonderful day, everybody. Boom shakalaka.